We're back to Neil Haley Show on the Media Giant Effect. I'm excited to welcome the program podcaster, entrepreneur, Troy Neilson. Troy, what's going on, man? And how did you come up with an idea to do a podcast? I've talked to so many podcasters, and I'm going to give you this advice. Never stop doing it if you enjoy it. Lots of people look at numbers, they look at certain things when they start instead of staying the course. I stayed the course 13 years and I've done over 9,000 plus episodes and have grown a business because of it. So it is a great thing. So tell me more about your podcast, Troy.
Well, I'm an actor by background, and I've been in sales and speaking, so it seemed like a natural progression to be able to talk to people and connect and network. I know everybody in the world has their own podcast, but I live in Southwest Florida. We've gone through the pandemic and we just went through a hurricane, did some stuff. I thought it was a way to spotlight what we've gone through here locally and on the comeback and for people to have a voice for, saying that they're still here and still coming on and just build out from there that those people and nonprofits and people have been going through the pandemic and all these things, giving them a voice, something to tell their stories. I thought telling my story and what I've gone through as a entrepreneur and single dad, and I have an autistic kid. It gave me kind of a relatability to be able to pass on my story of overcoming and doing things, and that connect with other people. And the combination of the two stories is something we can give as a blueprint to other people.
So Troy, tell me specifically about your entrepreneurship. What do you do?
I I have a small video production company. We do videos mostly for websites and social media, Facebook, Instagram, those kind of things. We're starting to do a lot of fun little stuff that get on TikTok and Snapchat and teaching people how to make quick, fun videos. It's something a little bit out of the box. But we also do social media marketing, you know, teaching people how to run their Facebook page. We'll run it for them. We do some of that stuff. Basically, a one-stop shop for somebody starting a business, small business owner, how to get their message out, how to brand themselves, how to do those things. So we just try and take the little guy and show him how to produce himself to the world.
And that's so important because they need to be able to do that. They need to have a personal brand. Tell me why it's such important for businesses to have a brand.
Well, in these days and ages and where the economic outlook is now, they say in a good economy market, in a bad economy market even more. But what people don't realize, even if they don't, the first place they seem to steal money is from marketing. But that's probably where you need to be putting your effort, your time, and teaching people that they may know how to make a widget or they may know how to do this stuff. And maybe they're not the best at marketing themselves or showing other people how to do that. They You're not going to get known or be anyone until somebody sees you or knows how to come towards you. So branding and marketing is the key to success, or to keeping the doors open. They don't know you're there, they're not coming.
Yeah, exactly. They're not coming, and you have to be able to do that to differentiate themselves to understand that. And the power of video is very, very important. So you're going to be talking to different people that are looking to get a voice on your podcast. Is that what you're doing?
That is correct. We want to talk to the experts in a lot of different fields, and personal stories. But yeah, I want to bring in people to tell their story, overcoming over whether they're in a certain profession. Everybody has a story and how they got there and how they became a success in their particular field or situation. So I like to bring that and make it relatable and, like you said, the everyday guy, that they know that those stories. A lot of times you see these guys on TV or Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. They're great people and make great, but maybe isn't as relatable as getting somebody like me or looks like me to think that, well, maybe that can make a difference. And this guy's not here just to sell me a program. He really wants to make a difference in my life. That take that edge off of that intimidation to make it more relatable.
Exactly. And that's the key thing in podcasting is developing that relationship and having those conversations. So far you launched your first podcast. So tell us Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, first couple series I'm doing with a gentleman named James Mace. He's developed a program called The Power of the Process. He's a motivational speaker, and has a 5-step process in gaining your goals and stuff. So we've been talking the first couple of weeks on his program and step by step detailing that out to people. My first podcast is I'm going to be talking about my story, and I'm bringing on a couple of local writers and artists to tell their story and kind of um, their their uh, their their experiences through the hurricane that we had just down here and how it's come back, how things are changing. I have an author's writing a book on what she went through on that. So it's kind of an overcoming story and kind of that rebirthing of some of the stuff in the areas is just leveled that a few months ago when Ian came through.
All right. So the best place people can connect with you and watch and listen to the podcast is where? And watch it.
They can come to my website at fifthyearmedia.tv. Or find me on Fifth Year Media on Facebook or Instagram.
Well, we appreciate it. It's great information, and definitely you got to stay in touch and let us know how the podcast is going. Wishing you all the luck, Troy. I know you're helping businesses figure out they're stuck at times. They need to have somebody with your knowledge base to be able to help them. So I appreciate it, Troy, for stopping by.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.